This is another one of those what if videos, right? So, Antarctica. You guys know about the Leviathan Gate. I've talked about it in other videos. And how that gate, if you know about the big blob that is been shown in the ocean, it's like a, how would they put that? You can see it by its magnetic field. And so, what if that was the Leviathan, right? Coming out of its gate from Antarctica. And as they say, there is things much bigger in Antarctica than here. Not just, I would say, not just, living huge beings, but things that are, the Bible calls titans. Titans. So back in the day, there were giants. There were ones so big, I guess, that God put the Leviathan there to flood the earth to get rid of them. The flood that and opened the firmament of heavens above, to flood the waters down to the earth. Right? So the Bible speaks of titans, it speaks of giants, and the reason why, maybe, what if you can't go to Antarctica because there's giants frozen underneath the ice and they don't want you to know about them, and there's small ones that are only like, almost 9 foot tall, guarding the big ones that are sleeping. Think about that. you know there's all kinds of things to say what if, because the Bible itself gave so many different situations. You want to read an incredible, it's not a story, it's a real happening of, I would say, angels, giants, dragons. Wow. So these things that have happened a long time ago, and re-happen again. And all those dimensions of time, the 11 dimensions of humans' minds, and then the 12th gate, of which the Leviathan comes out. Wow, that's kind of interesting, I think, because the 12th gate stands, one of the disciples would stood for the, above each gate. And I always wonder, is it Peter that stands above the 12th gate? Because that was God's favorite, the one that he built his rock upon. Just saying, And we have Mary Magdalene, that was also one of Christ's favorites, because she took out all her oil and poured it upon his feet before his burial, and many other reasons why he loved Peter and Mary Magdalene both. But nonetheless, I just have to put that in there. The what if. The what if, because of Antarctica having titans asleep and the government doesn't want anybody to know about it, and the guardians are around them, and it looks like more of a military base that guard them as they sleep. So curiosity, I got lots of it. So there's a few more things that I wanted to touch on. One of them, I would say, would be the time that would be from the beginning of time till right up to this point, of how they say the different operations. I want you guys to know that, they had operation started out. Now this is just recently, this isn't even back in the day. Operation Paperclip was from Operation High Jump, after they found out that the Germans had gotten there first to get the technology. And scientists have known about that place. That's why only scientists could go there for the longest time, because there was a place, and you guys want to know about the Mandela effect and why things don't record in time very well, because time can go back and forth, right? You can go up, you can go down, and it's almost like a porthole. And there's guardians of that place, right? Now, I can't say who or what exactly are the guardians of that place, but nonetheless, if you guys look it up in your own government, there is Operation Paperclip, Operation High Jump, that reversed those, and that's the order it happened. And then they found, NASA found the Leviathan underneath the water, so they tried to destroy it. In Operation Fishbowl, they found a giant that just was so huge they didn't know what to do. And so they were more scared of the oceans after finding that thing underneath there, knowing how big it was, and did not want to wake it up. So they're like, well, let's stop exploring the oceans when there's other living beings down there too. And what if those living beings are not just sentient, but more intelligent than you or I put together, and those living families that, what if some of the missing children from Earth ended up getting taken down into those scientific labs years ago, and they didn't come back because they got kept down there for the experiments, but also to join as one with that family and not come back to the land life, right? They stayed underneath the ocean because it was more peaceful down there. They didn't know of the upper parts of where we live and what's going on up here. It's too stressful and too fast-paced for a lot of these things that we don't really spend much time probably thinking about down here on Earth, but as they're all around us. Now, I believe Now, there was a thing called the string theory where a bunch of multiple dimensions exist at once, and that is all around us, and things we can't see and things that we can't. And Stephen Hawking's, even though I'm, not necessarily a scientist in that way, but an opinion in that way of, I don't agree with his scientific outlook in some ways, and in some ways I do. Because in the string theory, say like I'm in this room right now and a dinosaur is walking through me in another dimension, and then in another dimension an angel is flying up to heaven, and then in another dimension there's horses running wild on the mountainside through me, right? So all these dimensions are happening at the same time, but yet in different places, in different spaces, and they end up being one's past, one's present, one's future, right? And even though things happen in similar time periods, they don't always happen in the way people see it as order and the way they record history. So, there we go. So there's some things to think about. And that does lead you from all those projects, just so you know, from project, every single one that I've mentioned, even the fishbowl, up into what you guys will have presenting itself. I don't know why, but some people don't like that BB word, do they? The beautiful beams. Right? Because some of them are good, some of them are bad. And I'll just leave it at that, because there are a lot more good things out there than bad, and we should concentrate on the good the best we can and could. Just like Job did, even though things were not so good all around him, Job was trying to concentrate on the good, and the good overcame the bad. I've had to concentrate on the good while some bad things have happened to me. We don't want to hear sob story here or anything, I'm sure most people don't. I'll just put it this way. I've lost most to, or gained an angel I'll just put it that way. I gained an angel and lots of angels in the afterlife. And not many do I know of, that are here on this plane of existence on Earth. But I do know a lot of the ones I love are with the good Lord and loved Him and were brought to Him. And so I hope I get to see you guys brought to the good Lord, Yeshua Christ. And think about the what ifs in life, but also realize the truth and the reason why things were put into a way to, test us and try us. But nobody watches this channel very much anyway. I was just joking. I'm sure, eventually people will get there, into seeing things into different lights and probably exploring things that other people have to say, especially about Project Bluebeams and how it's an illusion. And you're to be tested and tried first, and Yeshua Christ will come back, and it won't probably be in the way you guys expect to see with your physical eyes, but it'll be with the spiritual eyes and heart of God. And what is heaven on earth? It's love from God. And when you can feel it, who feels it knows it, as many of the wise will say.